Mesdames et messieurs, bonjour, on se retrouve pour un nouvel épisode Doki Doki Literature Club. Dans l'épisode précédent, nous sommes rapprochés de Yuri, nous avons lu ensemble, elle a eu une première réaction qu'on n'avait pas vue dans la première run il me semble, parce qu'on n'était pas suffisamment proche d'elle probablement, où elle a eu besoin d'un peu de temps seule, donc elle est sortie de la classe, elle est revenue, etc. On a partagé notre poème aussi avec Monica, et je ne sais pas si ce poème est le premier poème qu'elle avait fait, ou si c'est un poème différent ou pas. Et je ne vois pas de nouveaux TXT arriver dans le dossier, en tout cas pour le moment. Et nous allons maintenant partager notre poème avec Natsuki et Yuri. Un poème qui, bien entendu, est davantage dans la lignée de ce que Yuri peut aimer. Monica nous l'a confirmé d'ailleurs. Donc partageons-le avec Yuri. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes listen. Exceptional. Huh? What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. Yuri didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Huh? That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous about? Yuri takes a breath. Breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay, this is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thoughts, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Je crois que ça c'était le premier poème qu'elle avait fait. Ghost under the light, the tendril of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bath, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. Ça c'était le premier poème que Yuri avait fait. Donc les poèmes n'ont pas changé. Enfin celui de Monica j'en sais rien, mais celui de Yuri je me rappelle de ça. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. C'est toujours la personne qui a une écriture de malade qui écrit n'importe comment. But it took you a long time to read. Ah, well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Huh? That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I want to write something a little more wild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Uh-huh. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Boris. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Huh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I joined it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Boris. Oh, me too. Natsuki, par contre, va détester notre poème, clairement. Son style est aux antipodes de celui du Yuri. Boris, if you're not going to take this crap seriously, then go home. What? Osh. What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We'll start somewhere, right? But you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. To each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you probably think it's stupid. Et lui, c'est la même chose aussi. Eagle can fly, monkey can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can sing, cheetah can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it's hard. It hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. You didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to Homer with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Bien joué, Boris, bien joué. Whew! I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. J'avais oublié que la musique faisait ça. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poem can stand up to theirs. This is a return to club after all, I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. The gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. Oh, mais du coup, vu que Sayuri est pas là, est-ce qu'on va devoir régler la situation nous-mêmes? As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrow furrowed in frustration, meanwhile Yuri smiled sadly. What's with that language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Oh, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism of something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Huh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Boris did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've planned a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Boris liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I said, Sam. You just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Boris appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Huh? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Boris started showing up. Natsuki? Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. C'est Monica qui a pris la place de Sayori, je crois. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that? Qu'est-ce qui se passe? You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking, you wanna be edgy bitch. Edgy? Sorry, that my last time is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn les oreilles to get over themselves after my graduate middle school, you know. If you want to improve something, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Well, be careful or you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh my bad, you already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Boris hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this, j'arrive plus à lire. Suddenly, Yuri turns towards me as if she just noticed I was standing here. Boris, she's just trying to make me look bad. Quelque chose à propos de se couper? That's not true. She started it. How did I... Ah, ça va trop vite pour moi. Ça va beaucoup trop vite pour moi. Allons sur Yuri. Wow. Wow. On est obligé d'aller voir Natsuki? Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy. Hey Boris. Oh, le texte se met bien. Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay. Cette scène. Cette scène. Est-ce que... Est-ce que c'est Monica qui a des super pouvoirs? Si c'est le cas, est-ce que c'est elle qui fait tout ça? Ou est-ce qu'elle essaie de prévenir tout ça? Et on n'arrive pas à suivre ses conseils correctement. Ou j'en refuse plutôt de suivre ses conseils correctement. La suite de Doki Doki Literature Club dans le prochain épisode. Peut-être avec des explications de Monica sur ce qui vient de se passer, à moins qu'elle soit juste utilisée comme un pantin par le jeu en lui-même aussi. Mais je pense vraiment qu'elle a une place particulière. Pensez-vous bien. Bye.